Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Farawaida binti Cik Syifari. My matrix number is AA200421. A case study that we reviewed is about the use of renewable energy, specifically solar energy. What is solar energy? Solar energy is the process of converting solar radiation into electrical energy, either directly through the use of photovoltaic system or indirectly through the use of concentrated energy sources or concentrated solar photovoltaic system. Solar energy is the radiant light and heat from the sun, which may be produced using a variety of technologies, including solar heating, solar photovoltaic energy, and solar thermal power. Solar energy is a renewable energy source that is sustainable and limitless as opposed to finite fossil fuel. The following were among the initial aims, goals, and expectations for this project, which included a demonstration of reducing methods for producing power from solar energy, the creation of a resource that informs and enlightens citizens and visitors of the country about the benefits of generating alternative energies such as lowered greenhouse gas emissions, less reliance on foreign oil, and cost saving, as well as a desire for the country to serve as a hub for future solar power structure, demonstrating leadership in sustainable and environmentally friendly methods while also promoting operational effectiveness and long-term operation. Solar panels or photovoltaic cells have been used as a method to absorb solar radiation, which produces electricity. Utilizing solar panels, solar energy is transformed into electrical power. The torque or twisting power force created by the wind's energy acting on the rotor blades is how a wind turbine produces electricity. The wind distributes a specific amount of energy to the rotor depending on the air density, rotor area, and wind speed. Solar and wind powered hybrid energy production. Both devices have produced DC power, wind and solar. The two electric currents are preserved in the battery by battery charger. A DC or AC converter controls the supply of both power to the lighting system. Hybrid wind and solar power generation. Each individual panel is composed of a layer of silicon cell, a metal frame, a glass enclosure covered in a particular coating, and wiring. For maximum impact, the panels are placed in arrays and ordered series, which is on rooftop or in sizable outdoor spaces. The photovoltaic cell, sometimes referred to as solar cell, absorbs sunlight during the day. Inside every solar cell is a tiny silicon wafer with two layers. Two layers, one positively charged and the other negatively charged, produce an electric field. Direct current, which is DC electricity, as opposed to the alternating current AC energy that commonly powers homes, is the electricity generated by solar panel, which effectively converts sunlight into electricity. Fortunately, converting DC current into AC electricity is made simple by a gadget called an inverter. Modern solar systems can be configured with these inverters as individual microinverters mounted behind the panel or as a single inverter for the entire system. The solar energy, after being converted from DC to AC electricity, is distributed throughout the home to operate the appliance. Last but not least, solar energy is a clean, sustainable, and non-polluting source of energy. The development of this source of energy requires a precise, in-depth comprehension of the potential that accounts for seasonal fluctuation. Solar power is a significant source of immediately usable energy and is also the foundation for the creation of other energy sources like biomass, wind, hydropower, and wave energy. I guess that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Farhana and I will discover for you guys about solar energy. People all over the world must focus on renewable energy resources due to lack of supply and impact of non-renewable energy resources. This is because of global warming, greenhouse gas emissions, fluctuating oil prices, and rising electricity demand. So, as a result, renewable energy is influenced by the current energy structure and direction of energy development. Solar energy is a type of renewable energy resource that has been large-scale development and full application due to energy transmission limitation. Electricity consumption has increased in the current global. So, as a result, researchers need to focus on developing solar energy technologies to achieve high efficiency with low investment costs and less environmental pollution. Solar energy has been regarded as one of the most demanding and popular. Furthermore, it is free of harmful chemicals and does not emit gases that can harm your health. It is simple to use and easy to maintain, and when compared to another energy sources such as nuclear, fossil fuels, natural gas, and others, solar energy is far from renewable. Solar energy becomes the cheapest way to generate electricity. It's even cheaper than coal. Why is it cheaper? Because people are becoming more interested in renewable energy such as solar power. So, as a result, the solar industry is expanding by the day. Demand has also contributed to lower solar energy costs. As the public becomes more aware of the need for clean energy, more people are turning to solar. As more money enters the industry, companies can ramp up production, which is simple at scale, and finance additional research. Because of solar energy is dependent on sunlight, it can only produce energy during the day. This is because the solar panels cannot generate energy at night. Some systems can store energy that make the system more expensive. Aside from that, the high installation costs of solar energy system have long been a source of contention. The cost of energy storage adds to the already high cost of solar energy system. Solar batteries, like solar panels, are relatively new technologies. Its cost is determined by the material used in its construction as well as the amount of the power it can be generated. Solar cells necessarily require the use of rare materials such as copper, indium gallium selenide, and cadmium telluride. Even though installation costs have decreased over the years, this will keep the solar panel prices high. The solar panels required to power a typical home would cost thousands of dollars. That's making the power they produce more expensive than existing energy source.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Marizlin binti Garamizi, number matric AA200429. Today, I will present about cause and effect of solar energy to our environment. So, solar energy is a radiation from the sun that capable of producing heat, causing chemical reactions or generating electricity. Solar energy is produced by nuclear fusion in the sun. The sun's extremely high pressure and heat during nuclear fusion cause hydrogen atoms to come apart and their nucleus to fuse or combine. One helium atom is created by the fusion of 4 hydrogen atoms. However, the helium atom weighs less than the 4 nucleus that combine to form it. Some matter is lost during nuclear fusion. The lost matter is emitted into space as radiant energy. The energy in the sun's core takes millions of years to reach the solar surface before traveling 93 million miles to Earth in just over 8 minutes. The speed of light at 186,000 miles per second is the range that solar energy covers to reach the planet. 1 part in every 2 billion of the energy that the sun radiates into space actually hits the planet. However, this energy output is really large. the United States receives enough energy every day to fulfill the country's demands for 1.5 years. Solar energy is a type of renewable energy. Although we cannot utilize the power of the sun at night or on stormy or cloudy days, we can count on the sun being there the next day, ready to give us more energy and light. As long as we have sun, we have solar energy. Solar energy have many advantages for our environment. First advantage is solar reduce carbon emissions. The main way solar energy affects the environment is by reducing greenhouse gas and carbon emissions because it is mostly depends on the sun. With the exception of pure water, solar power does not emit any pollutants and requires no other resources to operate. Next advantage is solar energy is sustainable. These resources will soon run out as the world population keeps increasing. A solar system's power source is limitless as long as the sun is still there because it is generated from the sun. Last advantage is solar panels are long-lasting. Solar technology are long-lasting for about 30 years with just minimal cost of maintenance, even though there has been great space for improvement in the manufacturing operation. The ecosystem will definitely gain from this as well because there will be less waste generated from replacement and maintenance. However, like any other energy system, solar energy also have some specific negative effects on the environment. The major problem is to recycling the solar panels. There are not enough area to recycle all solar panels, and there are not enough non-operational solar panels to make recycling them economically attractive. Recycling of solar panel is particularly important because the material used to make the panels are rare.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Jasmine Natasha binti Junaida Ahmad. My metric number is AA200082, and today I will present to you about controversy around solar energy and solution for the controversy around the solar energy. So now I will present about controversy around solar energy. The first controversy around solar energy was its benefits and drawbacks. An overview of solar energy. With the growing threat of climate change due to the excessive release of carbon emissions, many nations are looking to clean energy alternatives to replace traditional fossil fuels. Of all the clean energy alternatives, solar has arguably been the most expensive. Tough prices have been declining. However, after considering the pros and cons along with the expectation that prices will continue to decline, the future of solar energy is looking rather bright. Advantages of solar energy was its sustainability and low environmental impact, while the disadvantages of solar energy was its intermittency and land use. Next, we move to the second controversy of solar energy, which is the dark side of solar power. So, solar's pandemic-proof performance is due in large part to the solar investment tax credit, which defrays 26% of solar-related expenses for all residential and commercial customers. After 2023, the tax credit will step down to a permanent 10% for commercial installers and will disappear entirely for home buyers. Therefore, sales of solar will probably burn even hotter in the coming months as buyers race to cash in while they still can. Is the solar energy controversies. Public Utility Commission meetings usually attract small audiences and yawns, but a February meeting of Nevada's commission was different. Several hundred demonstrators carrying signs and pushing wheelbarrows containing more than 30,000 signatures from backers of their cause protested a move by the commission to gradually increase a monthly surcharge imposed on rooftop solar energy users from $12.75 to $38.50 51 and also decrease the amount they get paid for sending excess power back to NV Energy, the state's largest utility. In this defense, the Commission said solar customers were not paying their fair share to maintain the electric grid. The vast system of poles, transformers, wires and other equipment used to supply power to homes, businesses and factories. Solar advocates disagreed, arguing that the state and the utility had promised one set of rates, then retroactively changed the deal. Present about the solutions to controversy about solar energy. First is the environmental considerations in the development of solar energy. Environmental factors that should be taken into account when using utility-scale solar energy include the effects of land disturbance and land use, potential impacts on specially designated areas, impacts on soil, water, and air resources, impacts on vegetation, wildlife, and sensitive species, visual, cultural, paleontological, socio-economic and environmental justice effect, as well as the potential impacts from hazardous materials. The impacts of land disturbance and land use. When used to produce power utility size or solar energy plants require rather vast regions for solar radiation collecting. Existing land use like grazing, managing wild horses and burros, military purposes, and mining could be hampered by solar systems. About various effects. Solar energy installations may have visual impact due to their size and abundance of highly geometric and occasionally highly reflecting surface. Nevertheless, being visible does not always equate to being invasive. By their very nature, aesthetic issues are quite individualized. Making the right placement choices can help to protect the landscape aesthetic.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Sohaila binti Murad. Number matric is AA20026. Last but not least, the summary of our project are challenges must be overcome in order solar expenses and benefit to be separate evenly. Solar adoption can result in employment creation, lower power costs and increased energy resilience. Financial, community involvement, site, policy, regulatory and resilient measure can all help to enhance fairness in rooftop solar adoption. Additional equality measure can address the allocation of public and private benefits, cost distribution, procedural fairness in energy-related decision-making, the need for a just workforce transformation, and potential negative externalities connected to solar project seating and solar material disposal. The picking of solar panel is one of the project resilience. This is because the most solar panel are tiled at 28 to 30 degrees angle to maximize efficiency, even if the solar panel does not follow the sun's movement. During the day, solar production is typically strong between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. One of the technological advances is that we use vertical solar panel, which means we have a solar panel in front for picking up light in the morning and a solar panel in the back for picking up light in the evening, resulting in a system that meets demand. As a result, supply and demand are balanced. Another drawback is that solar energy may use substantial equality of land, resulting in land degradation or animal habit losses, while solar PV system may be installed on existing structure. Bigger utility scale PV system may require up to 3.5 to 6 acre per megawatt, while CSP facilities may require up to 4 to 16.5 acre per megawatt. So the impact, however, can be mitigated by locating plant in low quality location or along established transportation and transmission lines. That's all from us. Thank you.